Why don't all pastors and general overseers please go back to the 10 Commandments? In those days before the crossing of the Red Sea, the Jew has 624 laws. But when the Almighty God now said this must be a body, then he called Moses to come and get what? The new law. And in Exodus 20, he said, I will show mercy to those who I wanted to what? I want to show mercy. That is his law. Then he now said, in Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 to 13, he said, if you diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord, it shall be well with you when you come out and when you go in. That's what the Almighty God said. But when you look at it today, reverse is the case in Nigeria. It's one Holy Ghost morning and Holy Ghost night. And when you look at it, all the ladies, by moving them from one place to the other, they've already disvirgin virtually all of them. 12 years old ladies in Nigeria are disvirgin. Virginity is nothing again in their life. Because the day they met any foreigner, anybody who traveled from America, coming down to what? Even for break or for holiday, he will be lying to them that he has no wife. They will now take them to Sheraton. The very day they met in Itreat is the very day they will take off their pint for the person. Maybe he has HIV, maybe he has anything dirty, anything bad. Maybe he has a familiar spirit. They don't care. In the name of dollar. Because the dollar is high. If they can have $200, they have the money for that day. But money is not the end of the whole thing. When you look at 1 Timothy 5, 1 Timothy 6, then when you look at 1 Corinthians 3, from verse 1 to 10, then when you look at the book of 1 Corinthians 13, 1 to 8, because all these things, and in the book of Hebrew 10, then Romans 11, from verse 10 to the end. And when you look at it, if virginity is not important, I'm still going to write or preach on virginity. Virtually everybody home and abroad, black race and white today, they are all marrying what? A Tokumbo wife. As we have a Tokumbo car in Nigeria, we have a Tokumbo woman, we have third hand and fourth hand women in Nigeria. Because somebody who married, that has been disvirgin in 1983, and by accident met his husband in 2017, and he has passed through more than 47 men, who has even took him to what? Took her to bed. Then later to get to the wedding hall and said, Moyege, Moyege, the Lord has even redeemed me and make me a holy person because I've met my husband. It's a lie. They started that journey with what? With lie. And they're going to end it up with what? With lie. When you look at the book of Isaiah 3, 10, 11, Revelation 22, verse 11, everything is there. If you don't know all these things, you must know from now. Effective prayer, effective law is better than what? Than prayer. Because when you look at the 10 Commandments, he gave 5 to us and he gave 5 to himself. He said, thou shalt not steal. That is the only one Nigeria is practicing since independence. That is the law. They refuse not to honor. All Nigerians are armed robbers and thieves. They are wayward, they are out of touch, and they are all thieves. And when you get to London, they are all credit card fraudsters. They are night marauders. They are hotelers. They run from one hotel to the other. And they don't have a stable home. Because they believe they want to rock the world. They want to wound the world. They cannot wound the world. You only take your portion and leave. It's not like a pot where they cook 2 bags of rice. That is not how you can steal the rice. You only take your portion and go. Nobody can finish this world. Nobody can even harm this world. Nobody can dent this world. Even nobody can kill Nigeria. And nobody can steal Nigeria. Because the time is still coming when you will drop dead like Obiola, when you drop dead like Abacha, when you drop, because they knew this law that can prolong their life. They refuse. Even Abiola was sleeping with King's wife, was sleeping with a lot of prostitutes, sleeping with what is made, sleeping with anything that has hold. But he knows that when you commit adultery, as stated in 1 Corinthians 10, from verse 10 to 24, he said, don't allow us to commit what? Atrocity or fornication. As other people does that before. And 23,000 died in a day. 23,000 died what? In a day. Look at it now, Celestial said they are looking for pastors. They are pastors is living with them. We are not going to bring an outsider to come and be pastor. No, the prophet that will lead them is with them. But they don't want to hear the truth. They are using diplomacy. They brought Mobina who cannot see, who cannot put thread into a hole, who cannot put thread into a needle. And they said he should be a pastor. That is their pastor. Even they can dog a check in his presence, he won't know. And that's why the people in Dublin, they love him. People in America, they love him because he's a robot. They put him around. They didn't want to follow the law. The father said, not any of my family will be the pastor. Even my second year, who is better. But they turn everything upside down. When you look at Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 13, Deuteronomy 28 again, 47 to 50. And then when you look at Deuteronomy 30, from verse 27 to 29, and Deuteronomy 31, verse 1 to 8. And Jeremiah, he said it, Jeremiah 8:18, and Jeremiah 5, and Jeremiah 17, he said a lot of things. Hosea 4, verse 8, and Job 4, from verse 1 to 10, and Job 8, 4 to 16. And when you look at it, in Job 2, 1 to 5, he said, all our gathering, devil is always there with us. It's female, it's woman that's ruling the world today. The topic for today, not to digress. Effective law is better than prayer. There is a law that governs pepper. Pepper is very good, but pepper must not touch your eye. There is a law that governs the pepper and your eye. Onion must not be too close to your eye, according to the law given to all that separate both. And then there is a law that governs your mouth. That is to some extent you can open your mouth. If you over-open it, it will turn. Then there is a law that governs the door. Either you spring in or out. There is a law that governs the sound, and we human beings made out of the sound. You cannot eat 3 spoons of sound and live happily till tomorrow. You got stolen. All your tummy will be swollen up. You get what I'm saying? Then when you look at it, everything the law created, he make a law. And when Adam and Eve break the law in the Garden of Eden, they were removed. When Cain and Abel break the law, they were removed. When the sin of the world was so tough, God told Noah to make a boat. And all the whole people were perished. Because they are into lesbian and gay. Then when you look at Genesis 38, from verse 10 to 21, the king impregnated the wife of his late son. So this is a law. It's a law of karma. There's law everywhere. Nigeria is running away from judiciary, running away from the law. How can somebody be given his daughter for wedding, spending 38 million of naira, dashing people ceiling fan, microwave, dashing people fridge? Yes, sir. It's uncalled for. He's uncalled for. Does that person have 4 hands? No. Look at Mike Adenuga. All the money Babangida stole, he gave it to them. All the money Babangida stole, all those people that stole Nigerian money, they share it to Dangote. And all the banks in Nigeria has been robbed by Dangote. Or if he brought anything from through the port, he will not pay the duty. All the trailer drivers that he was using, they don't have driving license. But they wanted to cover everywhere. Do they have the mentality? Are they following the normal law? The Basita cement sugar factory, he was the one that killed the woman the other day. She made the plane to come down because he said he cannot stomach it. And look at all the politicians killing. Do they follow the law? He said, thou shalt not kill. Does Tinubu follow the law? Do not Odili and Weke and all these people in the Bayelsa follow the law before they brought out the dagger to kill Harimasha? Before they kill Saola in Lagos? And before they start breaking the pipe? But they know fire is not good. If they are now taking the petrol and ignite fire, where would they be? Gas cylinder is very important in the house, but people put it outside. When you look at it, effective law is better than prayer. Do they use prayer to rent a hotel where Jesus was born? No. They follow the normal law. And if a woman wanted to put to bed, there's nothing you can do. When the pressure is there, you just come down. Unless the baby is out before it can be active. according to the law of reproduction, without you meeting a man, you cannot have a baby. Then why are they using the prayer to confuse the youth? And when you now say that heaven help those who help themselves, it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible. The Lord says somebody will come and help us. That's the book of Isaiah 9, 6 to 10. He said they're going to give us a king. Then we look at the law. In the book of Acts of the Apostle 5, the great law was there. He has made up his mind to go and sell his property and bring it back to the apostles to share the 1/10, the 10%. But when he took it to himself, when he took more than the 10%, when he reduced the 10%, what happened to Ananias? He dropped and died. And when you look at the law has sent Jonah to go to Nineveh. In the book of Jonah 1 and 2, in verse 6 of chapter 1, he was thrown into the river. And then when you look at the law, when they use the law on what? The second Meshach and Abednego. In the book of Daniel, from verse 10 to 21, he said, we are going to do this. What was that? He decided to put them in the hot fire. Then because they used the law of the land. And when you look at the book of Daniel 6, it was the same law of the land. For keeping Daniel into the lion den. My brethren in Christ, drop prayer and follow the law. When you wanted to sleep, you cannot use prayer to avert your sleep. When annoyance is coming, you cannot use prayer to avert it. And when you wanted to think bad, you cannot use prayer to avert this, except you are in Christ. Soak yourself in his blood, according to James 3:10. He said, if you keep the whole law and break one. He said, if anyone is sick amongst you, in the book of James 5, verse 17. And then he now said, in the book of Acts of the Apostle 10, he said Cornelius was a good person. He gave his food to people. And when you look at the Apostle 9, from verse 16 downward, he said, what can prevent our baptism? He said, here is water. Then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostle 12, from verse 4 to 10, he said they were praying. But Paul himself, when they released Peter from prison, he never believed it can happen. He said when he goes to the outer gate, they walk him out from sleeping. It's not prayer. Then when he goes to the outer gate, he said it was not. Then he knew it was real. Brethren in Christ, follow the law of the land. Follow the law. Go and till the land. Let the land bring fruit for you. Go and do a Greek. My advice to you, go and do a Greek. Leave Adeboye. Church business is Saturday and Sunday business. It's Saturday and Sunday. Go to London. Nobody attend churches. No white people attend churches. Go to America. Go to Ukraine. Go to everywhere. They believe in what their hand can put on their table. May the Lord bless you.